That's a long minute.
20 seconds.
Okay. I don't get it. Good e good evening, good evening. This is Lady Estelle in the Street Soldier Crew. She's a little fuzzy tonight, but she's here. Sorry about the fuzzy look. All right.
What? The 200,000 people listening can't see you.
Okay, really, you got a point. Thank you for that. At the Street Soldier Crew, we are back for another Sunday evening with you. Your host this evening is not fuzzy. We're glad to see that we are still here. We are still alive and free. Your host, Dr. Joseph E. Marshall Jr. Thanks
Thank you,
for that,
thank
for
you,
that
Fuzzy
check.
One. Thank you, Fuzzy One. Lady E. Good evening, Street Soldiers. Alive and free radio. Once again, here we are. We are here no matter what. Look, look, look. Oh God, and the world is the. There was a song a long time ago that you wouldn't know. Maybe Lady E. I know Soul remembers the song because I taught him music, so he knows old school stuff. Okay. A song by War called "The World Is a Ghetto." Okay. Yeah. You remember that? Yeah, the world is definitely a violent hood. Let's put it like that. I mean, it's a mess. It is Trump's war is in week number 2. The bomb, it's just crazy. And here we are once again trying to keep you alive and free, I like to say, in a world full of violence. We're doing this for you. We're doing this for you. And we know this works. I want to say thank you for all the uh, members of Omega Boys Club, Three Soldiers. You showed up last week to say, listen to Dr. Marshall and Lady Estelle and Ann, because this thing works, because it worked for me. But hey, we can only help those who listen and apply. So we moving on. We're gonna do what we can tonight. It is Women's History Month. Love celebrating this month, just like I love celebrating last month. And uh, let's right off the top, off the top, I want to dedicate not just the show but the entire month to our own. What do we say in the we said extraordinary women in the right extraordinary. So we're gonna dedicate it to Lady E and to Ann. We're gonna dedicate the entire month to both of you. We really are because you on point. You on point, trying to keep people alive and free. That's right. You know, and you hear every week. Every single. You know, she beams in from Fuzzy or what? She beams in from wherever she is. Yes. Usually it's Texas. Most time it's Texas. Lady Estelle. And you drive from. I ain't gonna tell people you driving. You hear every week. You know, making it happen
from all over the place.
yeah,
To be honest.
yeah. You
Today I came from the beach because
yeah.
it was hot.
You're gonna be here. Gonna be here, keeping people alive and free. So we're gonna dedicate not just the show, but the entire month to our own extraordinary women,
Very honored. Thank
Lady Estelle and Ann Bissett. Okay. And this is a Soul sent me the story. First of all, I didn't say hi to everybody. Hello, Ann. Hello, Lady E.
Mr. Marshall.
Hello, Soul. What's up?
Lady Estelle.
What's up, man?
Good evening.
Good afternoon, family. What's up, y'all?
He sent me a story, and this is on the other side, a very tragic story. I want to dedicate tonight's show to this woman. So you remember the story that you sent both me and
Sad
Lady?
news. Sad
Yeah.
news coming out of Oakland this weekend, and stretches out here to Richmond and San Pablo as well, because it involved a beloved teacher out here.
Yeah, one of the people killed in a downtown mass shooting early Sunday morning has been identified as Letitia T. Bobo, a beloved school teacher and creative who was struck by now I'm really a stray bullet along with 6 other victims. She was shot and killed inside Oakland's Easy Lounge on 14th Street in Oakland. Also killed was a 25-year-old man whose identity has not been publicly released. 5 others were wounded. The Mercury News, by the way. but expected to survive. The words about Miss Bobo was she was such a special part of our community. She brought kindness, warmth, joy, laughter, creativity, and deep care into everything she did. Whether it was supporting a student, connecting with a family, hosting a funeral for a fictional character, or collaborating with a colleague, she did so with intention and heart. She was an incredible educator and even a more incredible human being who truly valued relationships and community. She was probably out with friends. Anyway, yeah, straight. Wasn't intended for her. And apparently, a couple of folks got into a disagreement, and figured the way to settle the disagreement was shoot somebody. And she was caught in the crossfire. In fact, it says none of the victims were intended to be the intended targets. I don't know why this person was shooting inside a bar indiscriminately, but I know how people think. What happened? So we're going to dedicate tonight's show to the wonderful, creative, just the words about her amazing, Miss Letitia Bobo, affectionately known as Tish. Okay. All right. That hurts. Oh yeah, that hurts. That hurts. That hurts because everybody got a gun, and everybody figure if they got a problem, the way to solve it with a gun. I mean, that's why I said the world is a hood. They think that way in any bar in any city. They had a shooting in Austin last week, and they think it on an international scale. I got a problem, so I'm gonna shoot you. And here we are trying to save somebody.
Yeah.
But hey,
And Doc, it hurts because, the loss of life, 2 lives here,
yes,
5 others injured. We, just because we're glad they're going to be okay, but we don't know what they're going through.
that is correct.
Just the trauma of being there.
Yeah.
Then you peel it back, like you say, and, reportedly she'd have nothing to do with it.
Right.
That's when it, he's like, you just out having fun.
Yep.
And then I'm reading on Instagram right now as you were talking, parents of the students who she was their teacher.
Mhm.
They're either dealing with this or gonna go to school tomorrow and try to have to deal with something like this,
Yeah.
which they can't. How can you process something like this? So
Yeah.
there's just so many layers. It affects so many people.
Yes,
And
sir.
It's devastating.
Yes, sir. Or you could just be sitting in the city and just in the country you live in, and a missile bombs your whole school. Yeah, you ain't got to do with that, right? That's like I said, the words of war. The group war, the world is yeah.
So sorry.
You can ready to say something, man, or you just caught up in
I guess I was gonna share because they had the Lunar New Year parade in San Francisco
Mhm.
yesterday, and Evelyn wanted to go see the dragon. She wanted to celebrate, and she's been talking about it for like 3 months.
Mm.
And we wanted to go. We were excited, and then with all the world news that's going on, it's like, is it going to be safe?
Right.
Is this
yeah.
something that we should do?
Right.
But then there's also that part where it's like sometimes you just have to live life. You just have to, be aware of your surroundings, and know what's going on. And we did go, and it was beautiful. And there were so many different people out and about in the streets celebrating. It was really beautiful. And then what was really fun is that we got to see Shaman Walton drive by in a car, and sitting with him was Natalie G and DJ Brookter. And we were like, hey, we know you, Alive and Free. That was awesome. The Community Youth Center, based in Chinatown, they were there. And they're part of the Dragon Boat team that's here in San Francisco. And it's part of a documentary that's going on. They performed. And it was just a really beautiful, beautiful celebration with that brought people out. The streets were closed down. You got to walk around and just enjoy another culture, while still understanding that there's so much chaos going on in the world. But I don't know.
Well, the problem is isn't with the people out there having a good time, just like it wasn't a problem
Yeah.
with the people who are out at this out last night, right?
But
The problem is with the people that do
Yeah.
the damage.
yeah,
So I know you had a good time. I'm wonderful.
it was
That's wonderful.
beautiful. And
Wonderful.
so,
Yeah.
but when I, hear this and it's like, you're just, you're out living, and there shouldn't be violence like
Nope.
that.
Nope. I don't care what rationale. And everybody's got their reason for committing an act of violence. They're gonna give you their reason. They go, look, I've heard, look. Anyway, not anyway. We move on and here's one. Speaking of, I got to do this one for you, Ann. You're gonna love this one. So, this January 6th rioter who boasted about his Trump pardon, he just got a sentence to life in prison for crimes he committed when he was given a second chance.
Mm.
Lord, I shouldn't be laughing, but Andrew Paul Johnson was sentenced to life in prison. He was found guilty in February of lewd and lascivious molestation of a victim less than 12 years of age.
Terrible.
That's horrible.
But
He shouldn't even be outside though.
Familiar.
He shouldn't even been out.
Yeah, well, and he ain't in Epstein's files, but he probably should be. Okay. 2 counts of anyway, yeah. But he got pardoned because he didn't get he didn't get punished for what he did that day. All right, well, hey, y'all put him in the driver's seat. You put him as the pilot of the plane, so he is doing what I don't know.
Like the judge gave him life.
Our hearts go out to Miss
Yeah.
Bobo, her family, her students, all those who loved her, all those who will be touched in some way about this as a result of this horrible event. And yeah, we just send up prayers for her as she makes her journey back, and for the young people,
Mhm.
and hopefully they will remember and hold on to the goodness that she gave them, and they live out the expectations and the hopes that she had for them.
Did you see? Thank you, Lady. Did anybody catch a glimpse of the Jesse Jackson's funeral?
Yeah.
It was attended by 3 former presidents, Barack Obama, Bill Clinton, and Joe Biden. I just happened to see President Obama's remarks. Boy, you see him, man. You miss it more than ever, especially when he's in that type of setting. He's just like class. You just and I saw Jennifer Hudson,
Jennifer Hudson always be throwing down.
and she sang.
Hmm. Love
Yeah,
her.
yeah. It was quite a tribute.
You know who's a rising star, at least to me, and he spoke as well. I thought it had great remarks. Rising, yeah, I'm saying that if he wants to go for, higher political office, the mayor of Chicago.
Yeah, the one that catches flack from Trump because he stands up to him.
Oh, he gonna stand up to whatever he needs to stand up to.
That brother.
That's a solid brother right there.
Yeah. Can't remember his name, but I've seen him in news clips.
That's a sharp brother. Smart as I don't know what.
Yes.
Yeah. But yeah, and I saw a lot at that funeral.
Brandon
Chris Tucker
Johnson.
was at that funeral. It was a big funeral.
Yeah.
Yeah. Brandon Johnson is his name in Chicago. That's right.
Stevie called out. Oh, did you say Stevie's clip?
I see Stevie. What's funny is seeing people on social media get mad at Stevie. How you gonna get mad at Stevie Wonder? Good luck with that.
What you gonna get mad at people? Stop bombing, stop killing.
I troll Stevie Wonder. It's like if Jesus came back and said something, people be online trolling Jesus. What are y'all doing? What you gonna say?
Yeah, he's just like, man, y'all.
That's Stevie Wonder, please.
Yes, he is.
That just goes to show just how far off people can go comfortably.
Mhm.
All right, we're going to get into tonight's show dedicated to extraordinary, maybe even phenomenal women. We have dedicated the month to Lady E and to Ann Bassett. And we want you. We've done this before. I like the title. I like how we do it, but we really want to play tribute to, you know, our women. And so we're just gonna ask you, as we've asked you before, give me an extraordinary woman to you in your life, in history. Extraordinary. We've said phenomenal before. Just call and give us one. We want to acknowledge and salute. It is Women's History Month. You can never do enough of this as far as I'm concerned. We'll throw out the number. We'll get in early, 877-955-1061, 877-551-1061. And I did it without looking at the number. It just came out right. You know, sometimes I get it wrong. 877-955-1061. There are a couple of names I want to throw at you. Lady E, this is another surprise. I love doing this. I love surprising her. Yeah, see, now watch it when I say this. She probably knows what I'm gonna do.
Not a clue, Dr. Marshall.
Okay, we've done this before, but everyone that calls in, we're gonna give them a copy of your book. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, that's tight.
Yeah. Well, you know, one phenomenal woman to somebody else, one extraordinary woman to another. All right. All right. Say the title of your book, ladies, so people know what they're getting if they call in, so we can tease them. Go right ahead.
The book is entitled My Unspoken Heart.
Mm-hmm.
It's a book of poetry,
Mm-hmm.
snippets of a journey from a young girl to a seasoned woman.
Oh Lord, did she say that good?
Seasoned lady.
Say
Awesome.
that good, Mike? Say
Awesome.
that good. Seasoned lady.
Yeah.
Oh, whoa.
We got somebody calling.
Look.
They're calling already. They want it.
All right. Women's History Month. Who is your extraordinary woman? You can't say it, lady yourself, because I've already done that. Okay. You're on the air. All right, you gotta tell me why she's extraordinary, my brother.
We was raised by her. She worked 3 jobs raising us. Man, I'm 47. Man, she raised us. I'm a man. I never had my dad.
Mm.
My sister never had her dad. She raised a beautiful woman and a beautiful man. And I got 3 kids of my own, and I'm in their life, and I'm helping them raise them as beautiful. And it's all for the love of my mom, because she taught me how to be the man that I am today. So she's extraordinary, because there's not a lot out there like.
You know, ain't nothing, brother. Let me just say this: there's nothing better than being, old folks call being raised right. You know, you was raised right, and obviously, she did a righteous job with you and your sister, man.
Yes, sir.
Now hold on, we're gonna get. You
Yep,
got
I
it
got
in.
it.
Okay, Ann's gonna get you a copy of Lady E's book, My Unspoken Heart. Share it with your mom. Okay, don't keep it to yourself. Share it with your mom. We good? Okay. All right. 877-955-1061. While we're waiting, I'm gonna throw a name out there, and if somebody can find out who this is, I would like, you can either call and give me yours, extraordinary woman history, personally. I don't care. Or you can call and tell me who this is. I'm gonna throw the name out there, Henrietta Lacks. If you can call and tell me who she is and her significance in history, I'm just gonna give you a book. Because I think people need to know about Henrietta Lacks. 877-955-1061, 877-955-1061. We're going to do who we got next. Say your name, say your extraordinary woman. Hi, you're on Street Soldiers.
Oh man, the phone hung up. I couldn't hear you.
Oh,
Static and they hung
We
up.
got you, boss.
we got you.
Yeah,
Okay, we got you. Just make sure you share the book with your mama. All right.
Hi,
You are on. Say who you are, where you calling from, and your extraordinary
my
woman.
nice. My name is Sentimi. I'm calling from Sonoma County out here in Santa Rosa, and I want to big up my mom. She's an extraordinary woman. Her name is Sali, and she was in a coma for 1 year and 6 days before we were born. And the doctors told her that if she had children, it would put her into a higher stress state to where she wouldn't be able to function. When she got pregnant with my brother, she chose to keep him and then to have me afterwards. And even though it was extremely difficult for her, our dad died when we were 1. She raised us on her own, and she turned us into just great people, God-fearing great people. And unfortunately, last year, she died in a house fire. And I am just everything I am because of her, and I want to big her up. I want everyone to know her name, Sally.
Thank you so much for calling and sharing that. And we're going to get you a copy of Lady E's book, My Unspoken Heart, for doing that. Okay. Thank you. Thank you.
She raised us.
Oh,
Hello.
another call. Quick. Oh, well, we're moving quick. Moms are dominating the early returns for extraordinary women. It doesn't have to be moms now. And I threw out the name Henrietta Lacks, and somebody can call me that.
I know who that is.
Oh, you do?
Yes.
How you know? No, I'm playing with you. Tell me who you are. Tell me who you are. Where you
She's
calling
the
from?
lady that had her. They used her DNA for penicillin and for all of the medical to make medicine.
Yes, Henrietta Lacks. Let me just read a little bit more. Her cancer cells are the source of Helaline, the first immortalized human cell line and one of the most important cell lines in medical research. However, and to my caller, what's your name, caller?
Charmaine.
Charmaine. There's so much history in this. Don Miguel. I'm calling him Don Miguel this week. It just hit me, not Michael, not Fillmore, Mike, Don Miguel. She was the unwitting source of these cells from her tumor biopsy during her treatment for cervical cancer. Okay, as no consent was required to culture the cells from her treatment. Now, this ain't a story about a Black woman unauthorized just taking her cells. Neither she nor her family were compensated for the extracted or use of HeLa cells. However, just recently there is a good end to this. She has settled a lawsuit with pharmaceutical giant Novartis, and I hope she got the bank. I hope she got the bank. Thank you for knowing who that is. Look her up, let people know. And when you go into the hospital, make sure doctors don't do nothing you don't know nothing about. Thank you. We're going to get you a copy.
Definitely. But I also want to tell you about my extraordinary person.
Oh, go ahead, please.
Okay, so my extraordinary person is my grandmother. And my grandmother, she was the best person I ever met in my life. If it wasn't for her, our whole family would have been lost. And she did this from my time with her. She has always been single, but she always worked. She always kept God in our life, and she made us all go to church. And she just kept our family together. She treated everybody equally, as strangers. It didn't matter who you was. She was the most fairest person. And man, I just thank God for her, because if it wasn't for her, so many of us would have been lost.
Now,
And my grandmother, she's the best person I ever met.
Yeah, especially those grandmothers, man. My grandmother. So say her name. Say her name.
Geneva Lynn.
Geneva Lynn. I'm smiling. I don't know her, but you know her, and that's what makes me feel good. Oh, wow.
Yes,
Thank
she
you.
was a beautiful person. Oh my God, I thank God for her. Even now, like I just think about her, and we were so blessed to have her in our life. You just don't know. I couldn't imagine what I would have done without her. My mother is good, but my mother was nothing like my grandmother. My grandmother kept us all. We are all God-fearing. We all go to church. We know the Lord, and we due to the principles and just everything that she taught us. We all work. We keep our life right, and everybody is doing good.
Yeah, I gotta ask you, only because some people will say they don't make them like that anymore. Big Mama, where did she get that from? Did she ever talk to you? Did you ever record her? So anytime I hear a story like that, I just wanted people like capture, how grandma got to be that way. Do you have any idea?
I would say that my grandmother got to be that way from her parents, because her parents her father was a preacher and her mother, went to church. But when I looked my grandmother's family up online in the census, they were living on a plantation. And my grandmother was like 2 years old, and her mother's mother was also staying with them. And at that time, they could record her mother's mother to be 104 years old.
Wow.
As far back as they could record. But they were living on a plantation in Texas.
Wow. surviving, keeping up. Oh, that's a beautiful story. That's a beautiful story. We're gonna get you a copy of Lady E's book, My Unspoken Heart. Did I say that right? Don't mess it up. And again, people, when you got these people in your family, record them, write it down so you can pass it on to the next generation. You might even do that family tree thing and go back beyond the plantation if you can do that to get back to the motherland. So I just went, do it. I did it with my grandmother. My brother's like the historian, and they do all that stuff in our family. 877-955-1061. Call us and tell us who the extraordinary woman, an extraordinary woman. All right, she got Henrietta Lacks. I'm gonna throw out another name. Mike knows this one, so Mike can't get it for this one. I'm gonna throw out, but I admire this woman so much. Might be a little controversial, something not to me. Assata Shakur. If you know who Assata Shakur is, call in, and we're gonna give you a book because you should know who Assata Shakur is. All right, 877-955-1061. An extraordinary woman. Give us a call, and until the phones come, I'm gonna make. We got one already. We got one. Okay, all right. Okay, you're on. Tell me who you are, where you're calling from. Women's History Month.
My name is Gavin. My name is Gavin. I'm calling from Tracy.
All right, my brother Tracy. All right, what you got? Who you?
I've been listening to your program for a long time.
Thank you.
I'm originally from Guyana.
Ah, okay. I appreciate it.
And I heard you mention some stuff about war earlier.
Yes.
You know, Guyana is a country in South America that the Venezuelan president wanted to take over about a year ago. And if it wasn't for President Trump, he would have done it. And they have a lot of black people there.
Guyana. I do know Guyana. Yes. I don't know much about the history. So say that.
President Maduro wanted to take over Guyana a year ago.
Okay.
And if it wasn't for President Trump, he would have probably annexed Guyana and, just like that.
Okay.
But I've been listening to your program since about a long time. I've been living in the Bay Area.
All right. Well, we'll see how that works out. But I appreciate you listening and calling. Do you have a phenomenal, extraordinary woman for us?
I would say my son mother.
Your son's mother.
Oh, your son's mother.
Yeah, my son mom, yes.
Okay. Say her name and why is she extraordinary?
Oh, because she gave birth to my only son.
Yeah.
And her name is Hope Scott from Oakland.
Right. All right. Okay. Well, we're going to send this book to you, but you share it with your son's mother. Okay. Okay. Will you do that for me?
I will do that.
All right. And keep listening, man.
I will do that.
Keep listening. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much.
You got it. 877-955.
We can sit with the Trump too. No, I'm joking.
I will do
that. Look, Trump meeting Lady E is a mismatch.
Yeah.
He ain't got no chance.
Nah, he got Lady E got him. Lady E gonna set him straight with the book.
What they call this in wrestling, that's a takedown, bro.
Yeah, that's a takedown. All right. That's funny.
877-955-1061. Give us a call. We got one? All right. Your extraordinary woman is, say who you are, where you're calling from. Go right ahead. And if you know who Assata Shakur is, I'll appreciate it.
I'm calling from San Francisco, California, and my extraordinary woman is my mom because she takes me to football and she cooks good food.
That's the best reason.
That's what's up.
No, thank you, Mom. Mom still know how to cook. So Mom, right? That's one. What's your name?
Rico.
And how old are you?
How
old are you?
How old are you, Rico?
8. Oh man. Okay. So if we send you the book, will you give it to your mom?
Yes.
Okay.
All right.
Thank you so much for calling. Mom, keep it up. Just keep cooking. He'll be fine. I love it. I love it. You're on Women's History Month. We're celebrating. Who is your extraordinary woman? History, personal, whatever.
Who's Assata?
Hello.
Assata too. He couldn't answer.
Oh, he gonna do answer?
He couldn't answer.
You couldn't answer?
Who Asada Shakur was?
What? But somebody else can.
Yeah, you didn't say. You didn't mention that.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. Go right ahead, man. Say your name and where you're calling from. Hello? Hello? Oh, don't hang up on me. It hurts. No. All right. Hey, we got another one? No. All right. There's so many wonderful names. I'm going to throw out, oh God, I mean, what can I do? So anybody know what Asada Shakur is? Call. We'll get you a book. I'm also going to throw out. Your turn. Say who you are, where you're calling from, and hello. Happy women.
My name is Rilana. Hello, I'm calling from Jamaica.
Oh wow.
Are you for real?
Yes.
You really calling?
Yes,
from
yes.
Jamaica?
I'm calling from Jamaica.
Hey,
Yes,
hey, where you-
Westmoreland, Jamaica.
See,
Wait,
yeah, we
wait,
can't even see her number.
Lives? I mean, that Jamaica? You saying
Jamaica.
Okay.
Yes,
all right.
man, Jamaica. And I heard you guys ask about Tupac's mother, and I wanted to call in and talk about that because that's a good mother. I was just listening to Dear Mama earlier, and you know, I have a great mother and a great grandmother, and I just wanted to say that my family is full of great women. And today is International Women's Day, and I wanted to big up everyone out in the United States.
I'm speechless. I get to send the book all the way to Jamaica.
I have some family out in Florida, and
Do
I have
you?
some family in San Francisco.
Hey.
To tell them all to listen to Street Soldiers. They should be listening to you right now. Say your name again. This is historic. I never had a call from Jamaica.
Rilana. Yes, we play you in Jamaica. Our cousin from California brought out the 106 out to Jamaica for us.
Oh my God! Thank you so much. She
Of
is
course.
named. She's not Tupac's mother.
Grandmother.
Well, no, she's. What's the relationship between
Godparent?
godparent? Is it between Asada and
Asada? Yes.
Asada Shakur?
It's not a grandmother.
Right. No. But there's a relationship named after. She was exiled in Cuba for many years. She was a Black Panther.
Yes.
Yeah, very symbolic
Correct.
in the Black Power movement. She wrote a great book, and if I could send you this book, I would, called Asada.
Right.
Look it up.
Okay.
Wonderful book.
I will.
It's one of the best books I've ever read. It just her pure name. Read it. Asada Shakur, quite a woman. All right. Thank you so much.
Right. I know Tupac's mother was a Black Panther too.
Yes.
So yes,
that runs in the family. All right.
What's your name?
All
again?
right.
Can you do me? Rilana, can you do me a favor? Can you say I'm listening to Film on Mike straight from Jamaica on 106? Can you do it for me, please?
More mics up here in Westmoreland, Jamaica. Bop, bop, bop.
Hey, thank you so
I know
much.
that's right.
Yeah.
Jamaica, man. I want some jerk chicken. Oh man. And that's hella cool. Can you say hella on
Worldwide,
here?
baby.
Oh, you always say it's worldwide. Oh my God. 877-955-1061. I'm gonna throw out one more name for people. Diane Nash. However, your turn. You are on celebrating Women's History Month.
Hello, everybody. Just not you. When you call, please turn down your radio when you call.
Okay.
Thank you so much.
Okay. You know, I've been listening to you guys, and I'm going to say this for myself. I'm a phenomenal woman.
All right.
All right. That's right. Yeah. Now you got to tell me why.
Four grown children, and I go above and beyond for them. They don't appreciate me. They don't listen, and they blame me for when I tell them to go left and they go right. I tell them to go frontward, they go backwards. And then they want to blame me for the decisions they make. No. Not anymore. Not anymore. They grown.
They grown.
I know what I bring to the table. and been bringing it to them. I'm tired of rescuing them, but I know me. I've been there, done that.
Yeah.
I did my job.
Yeah, you did. You did.
Hey, great.
They all alive and free?
Yeah.
Well, then you did your job.
My point exactly. But when they problems come up, here they come.
want me to save them. I'm tired of being Captain Saver. You know what?
Hey,
Save a lady.
Because I know what I do. I go above and beyond for these supposedly grown kids.
got to save a kid.
Well, let me tell you like this. They grown, they on their own. They got to figure out for themselves now. However, I know you and Lady E, would you like to give us some you got grown folk children too. Words of
Right.
We both have some grown folks, children. Yeah, when you know
Right.
when you know that you've done more than your best, you've got to trust that the decisions that they make are theirs, and you have prepared them to deal with the decisions that they make.
Thank you.
And so when you
Thank
do your
you.
best, hey, God doesn't ask for any more than that.
And all I can do now for them is pray. But I know what I've done. I know my word. Can't nobody take that away from me.
That's true. Absolutely. So we're gonna get you Lady E's book, My Unspoken Heart.
Oh.
Do we have her info?
I got her.
We do. Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
Remember, when you call, please
Hello?
turn down your radio. When you call in to 877-955-1061, please turn down the radio. Thank you. You're on.
You're on. Happy Women's History Month. Say your name, where you're calling from, and who your extraordinary woman is.
Okay, my name is Tanjaniki Miles. I have actually many extraordinary in my life that have been in my life. One that I would
Gotta call
like
back.
to say.
Yeah, she got to call back. Just let her know, Mike, that we couldn't.
She'll hear us.
Yeah. All right, we found.
Yeah.
Let me throw another name out. We did Henrietta Lacks. We did Asada Shakur from Jamaica. Diane Nash. I can never say that woman's name enough. Diane Nash. From history. If you know that one, call in and say who that is. 877-955-1061. All right. Hi, you're on Street Soldiers. Happy Women's History Month. Who you got for us? Say your name and where you're calling from.
Yes, hi, my name is Tanjaniki Miles. I believe I just got
You
disconnected.
did. You're
Can
back.
you hear me?
Thank you. Loud and
Okay.
clear this time.
Okay. I am calling from the East Bay, Fremont area. Like I was saying, there's many extraordinary women lives that are no longer here. They're still here, including myself. But one who I would like to acknowledge that is an extraordinary woman is my mother-in-law, Carolyn Miles, who's from Fremont. When my mother passed
Your phone's kind of breaking up, man. We're gonna have to disconnect. But what's the name? It's not
Carolyn Miles.
Thank you.
Okay, she's back again.
She's back.
She's back again. Yep. You came through this last time. Keep going.
Okay, yes, Carolyn Miles. When my mother passed away, she stepped up to the plate as a mother and has been here tremendously for me for over 17 years. She's someone who I can go and talk to, confide in. She gives it to me raw and uncut when I'm wrong. She tells it like it is. Her and her husband has been married for 40 plus years, and they have raised 3 amazing kids that are doing wonderful, including my husband, Charles Miles, that I love so much. But yes, I just would like to say that she's an amazing person, and I want her to know that. She's very extraordinary. It means a lot to me.
Very nice for putting her name out into the public. Thank you so much. We're going to get you a copy of Lady E's book, My Unspoken Heart. Diane Nash, if you know who Diane Nash is, that look at, I don't care how you find out. Call in, tell me 877-955-1061. You're on Street Soldiers. What's your name? Where you call it from? And happy Women's History Month.
Can you say that again?
Oh,
You're on.
you're on.
Happy
You're on.
Women's
History
Day.
Month.
Happy Women's History Day International.
We're asking for an extraordinary woman to you.
Okay.
Go
Do
ahead.
I say it now?
Yes. Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah, you're live on radio, Ma.
Worldwide.
I'm calling from Berkeley, California right now.
Okay.
My name is Maya Bryant. Did you say that again? And I'm calling, I'll say my grandmother, Darnie Richardson. She's no longer with me right now. It's been a very long 14 years. But I'm blessed to have her daughter as my mom, Michelle Richardson. And she has done all the extraordinary things for me and my brother. And, you know, she's just a blessing of an angel sent down for me.
Wow. When you say extraordinary things, can you say a couple of them? What of those extraordinary
A few
things?
extraordinary things about my grandmother. She's one of 5, and she was, I say, the strongest of the bunch. You know, the higher foundation. You know, her spirit was just great throughout whoever she met. Her daughter has just about the same spirit, as do I. And, you know, they're just both cherished in my heart.
Well, we're going to get you a, yeah, we're going to get you a copy of Lady E's book, Speaking of Heart. I hope you enjoy her book, My Unspoken Heart, tribute to your grandmother. Thank you so much.
Yes, thank you. Oh my God, I'm so sick. I couldn't record this.
Don't you worry, because we got it recorded and we will have it up on our podcast tonight when you go visit stayaliveandfree.org.
Yeah, that's why Ann is Extraordinary Woman. She got your call recorded.
Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you. All right. Oh, that's wonderful. 877-955-1061. Anybody out there who know who Diane Nash is? Call. She's a phenomenon. That woman is something else. You need to know who Diane Nash is. And of course, you can call and talk about your own extraordinary woman. Yes.
You know who I love?
Who?
I love the ladies of Cameo. That's Sana G, that's Shay Diddy, and that's Ro. In a sense, I feel like I grew up with these voices on the radio, right? And I think what people don't realize is that they do more than just like more than just personalities on the radio show.
That's
like
true.
they're super
Well said.
witty, funny, and incredibly intelligent, and they know how to like work the buttons and put things together. They're handling their social media. These are some incredibly phenomenal, extraordinary women that hold it down here at KMEL iHeartRadio.
So I gotta ask.
I love it.
Do they have copies of Lady E's book?
You can go ahead and give them a copy. Yes.
Names out there.
Yes.
All right. Don't tell them, Mike.
Don't tell them that they got a book coming.
Yeah, don't tell them.
Okay.
He wants to
be a surprise.
Say, you know, like in an industry that's really heavily dominated by men, and that goes with like photography and videography, things like that. The fact that they can hold it down and really make it, you know, like have their name, make a statement. I love it. I love it. They are incredible role models.
All right. The ladies of KMEL. All right, you're on. I'm sorry. We digressed. You are on Street Soldiers. Happy Women's History Month. Who is your extraordinary woman?
Happy Women's History Month. It's your boy DJ West Coast, Oakland, California.
West Coast.
All women of the West Coast doing without y'all.
Did we lose him?
Nah, he's still there.
Oh, okay.
You was breaking up.
It was
Say it
breaking up.
again. Say it
Okay.
again, West Coast.
Yeah.
Oh, his phone's tripping. Shout out DJ West Coast.
Yeah, it's the Women's History Month.
Something in the air tonight. I don't know what's going on. All the shout out to DJ West Coast though. He's a local DJ, local performer, rapper, host, DJ, doing his thing out there.
Get on back in, brother.
Yeah. Got somebody else right here. Let's see.
You're on.
Shout out to Nicole. Somebody's texting me. Her name is Nicole from the Bronx. She's listening. She says, "Man, I'm a phenomenal woman, so shout me out." So shout out to Nicole from the Bronx. That's my partner.
It is ladies' night. And that's old.
Yes. We back.
Am I on?
Yes,
Or-
you're on.
Oh, hi, I can't hear. Hello, Dr. Marshall. This is Quan Moore.
What?
One of your students from middle school.
Quan
Praise
Moore.
God. Yes.
You take it.
I would like. Yes. I would like to say that extraordinary woman, I would like to acknowledge not only my grandmother, but I would like to acknowledge Anolia Maxwell
Yeah.
and Joyce Armstrong
Yeah, I know.
for pouring into the community and pouring into our lives and leading ways, and for us to continue to follow and just grow. Yeah. So, and also, Dr. Marshall, I will be hosting a International Women's Day event March the 18th at the Potrero Hill Neighborhood House. So we're asking that people come on and celebrate. And yes, look at me. See, even Mr. Marshall, he know my story. So I guess I'm an extraordinary woman.
Even when you was driving me crazy. Oh, baby, thank you so much. Especially putting out Miss Maxwell and Joyce's name out there. Just one.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. So Miss Joyce Armstrong will be one of the panelists also at the neighborhood house that we're going to do on the 18th.
That's
But
wonderful.
yes, I was thinking about it, how things come alive and how they show us how to show up for our community and show up for our families. And Joyce Armstrong taught us how to sew and doing things like that. So I'm an African clothing vendor, like just the little skills that we learned from the neighborhood house, took us a long way, a lot of us. And also for you, Mr. Joe Marshall, Dr. Joe, your influence and how you taught, well, I guess I was sixth grade in your math class. We're not going to say how long ago that was, but
it was a minute.
all of the influence. So I just wanted to just tap in with you. You've been on my mind a lot, and I'm sitting in my car. I was sitting in last week listening. I'm like, okay, Quan, just call in and let Dr. Joe know that we appreciate what you do, you're doing. We still appreciate you teaching, learning, and still doing the work.
Let me say, you turned out great, baby. You're alive and free. And the more you know, the more you live in it. You turned out great. Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
We're going to get you a copy of the book.
Thank you. Okay.
Okay.
Okay, great.
All right.
Great.
Okay. Bye-bye, honey. All right. You are on, Street Soldiers. That's true. Yeah.
Love her dearly, and we praying for her friends and family. She's an extraordinary woman, and shout out to all the women of the West Coast holding it down. Like I said, we can't do it without y'all. We love y'all.
We actually dedicated tonight's show to her. We talked about her right at the top of the show. Very tragic.
Yes.
Unintended
Yes,
victim.
sir. She was a personal friend of mine.
Oh wow.
She was a personal friend of mine. So
condolences.
we've been mourning her loss.
Yeah.
And we've been trying to bring the community together to help out our friends and help out our family. It's touched us all very deeply. But just in honor of her, I just wanted to give her a shout out. That was my friend, and I hate what happened. And I hope that Oakland can heal from this and that we can just start coming together and go back outside and have fun again without nothing bad happening. We have to protect our women at all costs. Period.
Yeah. Well, you can't have people just shooting. You can't do that. Yeah. But I ain't gonna go to. We're gonna talk about her tonight. But thank you, man. Thank you so much for bringing her.
Absolutely.
Again.
Absolutely.
All right, my brother.
Keep rocking, West Coast.
Yeah.
Much love, Phil, my Mike.
Yeah. It's all about life, man. It's all about life. All right, you're on. You're on. Well, people love the ladies. All right, you're on Street Soldier. No, not yet. Okay. All right. And thank you for shouting out Sana and Shay and Ro.
Oh, I love them.
That was
they're amazing.
That was very nice, especially since we're on the station.
Yeah, but like, have you seen Rose Instagram? She's hilarious. Have you heard her on like on the radio? Like she's smooth. You know,
I just know.
Donna G in the morning. She's great. But
all right, you're on Street Soldiers. Go ahead. You're on. Who is your extraordinary woman? What's your name?
Can you guys hear me?
Yes.
Yes.
Hi, this is Tim calling in from Napa. I was just listening to you guys, and it made me want to call. An extraordinary woman in my life is my Nana, Cherie Starter. She passed away in 2023. She wasn't my real grandma, but I've never had like any type of love, like the love that she gave me in my entire life. Like I've never had it, and I won't ever find it again. I never had a grandma love me like she loved me, and she just is like the most loving, caring person you'll ever meet in your whole life. And I just want to shout her out, and I love you from heaven, and I know you made it, and thank you for everything you did for me. I can never pay you back.
I like the way you say that. I know you made it. Some folks you may have concerns about, but it doesn't sound like she was one of them. That is wonderful, Nana. Oh. Woo! This is going so fast. I haven't had a chance to take a breath. Take a breath. If we can get one more couple calls. Anybody know who Diane Nash is? Call and tell me 877-955-1061. Don't have much time. In fact, we may not have enough time. May not have enough time. But man,
Yes.
is this costing me a lot? Because Miss Bell Bush giving away a lot of
I have a lot of addresses, and I'm so excited that everyone's getting a book from Lady Estelle. It is phenomenal.
Get a speaking engagement. Pay for these books. Hey,
It's amazing.
Whatever I got to do
Yeah.
to get Ladies' books in the hand of all that call.
Well, I'm gonna keep going with our phenomenal women, and I'm gonna say Isabella Wilkerson, because I love past, and I think journalists are so important because they tell the truth, they say what's going on, and help you understand and to see things. And the books are incredibly
Both of her books, Caste and The Warmth of Other Sun.
I share
All right.
all the time.
Yes.
Yes.
This might be the last call for the hour.
Probably so, yeah.
Who we got? Go right ahead. You are on.
Mine is the last call.
Yes,
I want to
ma'am.
shout out to my mother. I want to shout out to my mother that's gone on in 2005. Her name was Ruby Jones. She was a strong-hearted woman, a loving woman, and a peaceful woman. She passed it on down to me, which is I'm her daughter, Hazel. And then I want to shout out, I stayed strong I have passed it on to my daughter, which is named Adrian. Right now, she's in Louisiana doing what she has to do to help lift her father, that her stepmother is going through transition. So I want to shout out to all ladies. Keep it up, stay strong, stay focused and mind, and keep on going.
Yes,
that's
man.
what it takes us to be strong women, to pass on to our generation. That's all I have to say.
That's a lot, brother. Thank you so much.
Mister.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Is that it? No more? We done? We got to go to the second hour?
That is right.
Wow, look, that was amazing. Amazing. You think I don't know Diane Nash? But look it up, Diane Nash anyway. Diane Nash. Now, I'm gonna tell you what we're gonna do in the second hour. We're going to talk about the phenomenal women, extraordinary women of the civil rights movement.
Hey.
Names that you should know, that you don't know, but you should know. We're gonna do that in the second hour, and you tell them how they can do that, Ann.
Keep coming with us with this conversation. Head on over to YouTube Live at Stay Alive and Free, and you can always take us on the go with our podcast when you visit stayaliveandfree.org. We are available on every single streaming
Yep. If you go
device thingy, however you do it.
check them out on YouTube. Once again, what is it, Ann? Miss Ann?
At Stay Alive and Free.
And I'll be coming right back. And we're going to commercials right now. Find out how you can win some B2K tickets tomorrow with Sana. Get me on.
Hour number two, Alive and Free Street Soldiers. Happy Women's History Month. Happy Women's History Month. Wonderful hour. Wonderful first hour. People called in and told us the extraordinary, I think the word that we use, doing phenomenal also. Women in their lives, women in history, women who have impacted them. And I got to say, mom and grandma led the
way.
pack.
Yeah.
Led the pack. Led the pack. Not surprising. And I gotta say, I'm still just a call from Jamaica. I just can't.
I know that was sick.
A call from Jamaica. Has that you ever been Jamaica? You been Jamaica? You have? What? Just for me who don't go nowhere, but to the studio and to the office. What's Jamaica?
Jamaica's beautiful. It's a how can I explain Jamaica? Everybody's nice.
Everybody's
super
chill.
nice, chill, super
Yeah.
chill, very friendly. They don't sometimes you go to certain countries that aren't well off and you have people
Yeah.
I'm not gonna say like they're begging,
No, I understand.
but they try to hassle you. Not hassle, but
Hustle.
they're trying to hustle.
The hustle, yeah.
In Jamaica, it's a whole vibe. It's a beautiful the waters, man, the waters are so clear. Look like the sky. Seriously. So beautiful country, very fun. A lot of fun. Great food. Oh my God. They took us somewhere. I was on a little tour. He took us somewhere. It was like, this was maybe like 12 years ago though. They took us somewhere. They had jerk chicken. You could smell it from like 4-5 blocks away. And they just cooking it slowly all day on some wood. They get the coals on the bottom and they put some bamboo sticks and they cooking it all day. Man, it was like $5-6. It was delicious. Oh my God. Chicken and rice. Jerk chicken and rice. Oh man. Gotta get back.
Now you gotta make me go to the Jamaican
Gotta go.
restaurant tomorrow.
You gotta get there. You better.
Tomorrow.
Man.
But
Tell Alive and Free to send you up to Jamaica. Instead of sending them kids to school, you see. Take you and Lady Miss Head to Jamaica.
Mike, what are we gonna do with you? Oh Lord.
I just can't. The number of track athletes they turn out of that small nation, this country is just it don't even make sense.
Yeah.
Well, they must start running in the womb, okay, and then they just keep on running after that because, I mean, really, it's just astounding.
Yeah, that's what I was in Falmouth too, where Usain Bolt's from. Falmouth, Jamaica. Yeah.
Okay, thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Who's your phenomenal woman, Mike?
Oh yeah, we gotta get mics. You gotta get mics for you. It takes up. Yeah, Mike. Who is yours?
My cousin Sharon.
Mhm.
Sharon Lee. She's pretty phenomenal. She's retired. She's just turned maybe 50. She be bragging to me. So I'm 50. I got this. I set this fund up. She used to be a parole officer. So she had a kid when she was like 14, 15 years old. Awesome mother figure. Just an awesome person. And her mom passed away, Sharon Lee, excuse me, was awesome as well. Taught me a lot, learned a lot. She was a Black Panther. So yeah. From Fillmore, California to Oakland. My auntie was from Fillmore, and then she moved with her family. She bought a house in Oakland about 79, 80. So my cousins from the town, Sharon Lee, her mom, my auntie, rest in peace. She was originally from Fillmore, and they moved to Oakland. So they kind of both like me too. Yep.
So you got that consciousness in your family. That's nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
Very. That's the one thing. Sharon, Auntie Sharon, she was very spiritual and into the Panthers and the Black. What do you call empowerment? Yeah. She was in the movement.
Yeah.
She was in there. They had places in San Francisco, all over the Bay Area.
Oh, yeah.
They had chapters, and so
Yeah.
she was very active. So shout out to her and Sharon.
Wonderful.
And then, because everybody said their mom, I wanted to do somebody different.
Yeah, got you. All right, my brother. Thank you, man. Thank you. Wow. And I'm glad you threw the name of
Isabella?
Isabel Wilkerson. Isabel Wilkerson, amazing. Read both of her books. Explained to me the structure of America very clearly through Caste. Recommend that book to everybody trying to figure this place out. I always say start with the autobiography of Malcolm X, then read Caste. And you read Caste, you'd be like, oh, okay, I got it. I got the metaphors and the similes with India. I mean, you get it as you read, and then of course her other book, The Warmth of the Sun, about the Great Migration, which is not the folks coming west in the Dust Bowl, but the migration of Black families from the South to the North, to the Midwest, and my family to the West Coast. Thank you for Isabel Wilkerson.
Yes.
Let me throw out a name of an extraordinary woman that we have picked up, and I'm gonna save Diane Nash because when our guest comes on, we're gonna talk a little about her as we talk about extraordinary women of the civil rights movement. But Lady, I want to talk to you about this woman because I seen. Not only read about her, but I saw and I can't remember the name of the documentary that was on, but I want to talk about Ida B. Wells. Ida B. Wells, and I tried to pull something. I thought I printed something out on Ida B. What did I do? I meant to. I don't know if I did. I got so much paperwork here. Oh, here you go. Let me just read a little bit about Ida B. Wells. Ida B. Wells Barnett, all right, was an American investigative journalist, sociologist, educator, and early leader in the civil rights movement. She was one of the founders of the NAACP. She dedicated her career to combating prejudice and violence and advocating for African American equality, especially for women. Now, this next sentence that really just, she had to be a brave lady. A very brave lady. And Lady E, I know this is going to stands out to you as well. Throughout the 1890s, Wells documented lynchings of African Americans in the United States in articles and through pamphlets such as Southern Horrors, Lynch Law in All Phases, and The Red Record, which debunked the fallacy frequently ignored by whites at the time that all Black lynching victims were guilty of crimes. Well, of course they weren't. We know that, but she documented that they weren't. Wells exposed the brutality of lynching and analyzed its sociology, arguing that whites used to use lynching to terrorize African Americans in the South because they represented economic and political competition, and thus a threat of loss of power for whites. She aimed to demonstrate the truth about this violence and advocate for measures to stop it. I just think that is so. Yeah. This woman is so. I mean, she's a journalist. This means she's got to be there. Yeah. She's got to watch it. I mean, I don't know what Ida B. Wells.
Yes. When you read about her and what she's done, it's just, and then being a woman and doing it at that time.
Yes.
And just.
It's about 1890, 1910, 1920. But you know what I mean?
There is. Yeah.
What? Okay, let's just hold it for a minute. You can stay accent. Hold your commentary, Lady. Okay, because we got more. We got more women of the civil rights movement later on. But our guest is here, Jonathan Greenberg. Thank you so much for coming through. I'm a late like we hook these things up in the middle of like Saturday night, Sunday morning, and. There's a reason specifically for Jonathan. Then we can get back to our topic, which is talking about women in the civil rights movement, because it is Women's History Month. Maybe the last person, and I don't, Ann or Lady Eden knows his name. You may though. In Dr. King's circle, just passed away at this weekend, late last week. And died at the age of 85. So since may actually, I want to give him a tribute Bernard Lafayette, civil rights leader who helped launch the Voting Rights Act, died at the age of 85. All right. I'm going to read a little, then I'm going to turn it over to Jonathan, let him talk about Bernard, because Jonathan knew him. Bernard Lafayette, the advanced man who did the risky groundwork for the voter registration campaign in Selma, Alabama, that culminated in the Voting Rights Act of 1965, has died at the age of 85. So, Jonathan, go right ahead. Talk a little about this icon, another icon.
Well, thank you so much. Before I say anything, it's always an honor and a joy to be with you, Dr. Marshall and Lady Estelle on Street Soldiers Radio. It's something I value so much and I enjoy, and I'm honored to be with you guys and with all of the people who are here listening. It's a special privilege for me. With Jesse Jackson's death and now Bernard Lafayette's death, we really only have our friend Dr. Clarence B. Jones and Andrew Young in Atlanta left from the inner circle of Dr. King. So we have history. Only two members are still with us that we still love, who are still very much alive. But the history is the group of people who are survivors are diminishing very rapidly. So we lost a great hero last week. I want to tell you a little bit about him. Dr. Bernard Lafayette. If you don't know about him, I'm going to say a few things that I hope will make you feel great admiration for him. First of all, when he was about 20 years old, he moved to Nashville, Tennessee, and he joined the American Baptist Theological Seminary there. His roommate was John Lewis, and they started getting involved in nonviolence training with Reverend James Lawson, and also at the Highlander Folk School. So with these young students, with Diane Nash and others, they started the Nashville Student Movement because they were trained by James Lawson in nonviolence to be withstand the hatred and the racism and the violence that would be coming against them. And then in 1960, Bernard Lafayette assisted in the formation of the Student Nonviolent Coordinating Committee. And then in 1961, he sat next to his friend John Lewis. They were in the first wave of the incredibly courageous young people who were on the freedom rides to protest against discrimination in interstate travel. And you probably all know when they got to Alabama and Anniston, they were attacked by a mob of 50 men that burned the bus and smashed the windows, firebombed them, and they took a vote. A lot of people didn't want to continue, and Bernard Lafayette became one of the leaders to say, we're going to continue. So they moved on throughout the South. They were attacked, physically beaten over and over. Bernard Lafayette is one of the most courageous people I ever met. He met the KKK, came to meet them in Montgomery, Alabama. When the bus came in, he was sleeping. They poured a bunch of cold water over him, and they just stood around him. He looked at them. He said, "Thank you." He freaked them out. They were expecting him to either cave or fight back. He said, "Thank you." They didn't know what to do. They dispersed because he knew these techniques of nonviolence to reframe everything. And then over and over again, he did the same thing. He used nonviolence to protest against Jim Crow segregation in the most violent forms. Then he became the Alabama Voting Registration Campaign Director for SNCC, and then for the Dr. King's Southern Christian Leadership Council. And he did the same thing in Selma, Alabama, preparing for the major Selma March to Montgomery. So people may not know about him, but he played a huge role in history. And afterwards, he became a teacher of nonviolence throughout his entire life, and always dedicated to nonviolence. And when we gathered for our, Dr. Clarence Jones and I, we had our first gathering of our Institute for Nonviolence. Bernard Lafayette came and we filmed him. I'm just going to say a few things he said on his little film. He said, the goal of nonviolence is to win people over by showing them love. We don't feel there are people who are evil. There are people who do a lot of evil. They do evil things, but they're human beings conditioned by their environment. So therefore, they can be unconditioned. They can change. We have to believe that people can change. The point of nonviolence is to win them over. And the way you win them over is by your own behavior. Never allow other people to cause you to be violent because they're violent. Violence begets violence. We have to look at the goal we're trying to accomplish, and that's to change conditions. And as you can tell, everything he said is completely aligned with the philosophy and practice and teaching of Alive and Free. So he was a hero that I'm glad to be able to praise and give a tribute to tonight.
We just finished, every year we watch Freedom Riders. And I saw him. I saw him right in there. You know, I saw him in the thing. And he had that whole conversation that, you know, that about going back and not giving up. And one of the reasons we show it for a lot of reasons, because kids, I think for young people, the best way to understand about, if you want things to change, change begins with you. What can you do? Is to watch people who did that against seemingly all odds. But you know, they wanted things to change in the South, to change so bad that they were willing to, you know, and I'm not telling everybody to do that, but there's a point in the movie, Jonathan, where they tell you, you might get killed if you go down in there. And Diane Nash says, well, you know, we filled out our last will and testament last night. So, you know.
Yeah, exactly.
We ain't worried about, well, that ain't gonna be our thing. And you know, you have to be inspired by watching others. So because, and then the kids, you would tell them they're same age as you.
Yep.
They're college students. Yep. They're in their early 20s. Yeah. And the kids just look at it. They're actually going to read what they wrote this week about watching, you know, the Freedom Riders and the courage, and they were speechless. They had never seen anything like this, which is why it's so important to document, you know, to document history and to show it to the young people.
That's right.
I'm going to read something, and this is something I heard about. I read about Mr. Lafayette. Lafayette grew up in Tampa, Florida, where he recalled trying to board a trolley with his grandmother when he was 7 years old. Black passengers had to pay at the front, then walk to the back to climb on. But the conductor began to pull away before they could board, and his grandmother fell. He was too little to help. I felt like a sword cut me in half, and I vowed I would do something about this problem one day. It was his grandmother who decided, boy, you know, my grandmother played such a big part of my life, and you heard people talk about their grandmothers. It was his grandmother who decided he was destined to become a preacher. She arranged for him to attend Nashville's American Baptist Theological Seminary, where he roomed with John Lewis, as you said. And as you mentioned, he both helped lead the nonviolent civil disobedience campaign that led to Nashville becoming the first major Southern city to desegregate its downtown accommodations. And I asked one of the kids in the club watching this at the club, is it hard watching this? Someone said no. I said, well, it's hard as hell for me to watch it. And everyone said, yeah, it is hard. And I said, do you think you could do that? I remember Lala said, I don't know how I could do that, Dr. March. I don't know if I can control my emotions, you know, and not fight back, which goes to the training that they had. And they were trained to do this. They didn't wing it. They practiced, they practiced. And it's whatever you want to say about the Freedom Riders, about the Civil Rights Movement, about the whole nonviolence, and it changed the law. It changed the law. It changed the law. It worked. Let me read one other thing. By 1968, Lafayette was a national coordinator of King's Poor People's Campaign and was
That's right.
with King. He was with King at the Lorraine Motel on the morning of his assassination. Dr. King's last words to him were about the need to institutionalize and internationalize the nonviolence movement, and he made that his life's mission.
That's right.
A little
That's
bit
right.
more. He did work in Latin America. He went to Nigeria. I mean, he kept his word to Dr. King.
That's right. And if you think about that, that's exactly what we need to do today, which is to institutionalize and internationalize the movement, to keep it alive and to make it strong. I want to say two things, just reflecting on what you just said. First, the courage that these young people have is just so unbelievable and so, so inspiring. And it changes your life to see that kind of courage. But as you say, it didn't come out of nowhere. They had training and they had teachers, and their main teacher was Reverend James Lawson, who we just lost. But, I think Lady Estelle and Dr. Marshall exemplify the power and impact that teachers of nonviolence can have on young people, can change their lives, the whole rest of their lives.
Well, we're trying to keep people alive and free. That's our goal, and those are our influences. Certainly, the civil rights movement had a huge impact on Lady Estelle and the courage of people. We can't say enough about them. We wouldn't be here today if it wasn't for them. That's always how good. You wouldn't be able to sit next to each other. The more you know, the more you owe. That's our
right.
motto.
Dr. Marshall, Reverend Lafayette, he understood what you teach young people, which is that if you respect yourself, nobody can disrespect you.
Yeah.
You respect yourself. Nobody can disrespect you.
They can't. They can do things to you, but your respect comes from within. Your respect comes from you. And we all another saying we have is you got to believe your right is stronger than they're wrong. And that whole era of people believed that what they were doing was stronger than the racist wrong, and that's why we admire, revere them so much. Lady, let me say, now he came. I think he came to USF, and did he come again? I know you had, because it seemed like I met him, or maybe I just saw him on the screen. Maybe that's when I see his face.
I think he came to several of our, so Dr. Jones and I had created and founded the USF Institute for Nonviolence and Social Justice. Yeah. He came and joined us, but I think they were by Zoom. I don't think he came to USF himself.
Was he there when, okay, that wasn't him. That when God, why can't I think of the lawyer's name?
Brian Stevenson.
Yeah, he wasn't there when Brian.
No, he wasn't there. No, that was I think you're thinking about Reverend Durley.
Yeah, I know these brothers can preach, so they.
yeah. So, but I got to meet Bernard Lafayette multiple times, and he had such a warm, human feeling, sense of humor, but just absolutely committed to nonviolence in his heart. So it wasn't an issue. He just knew that was the right way, and he was always a teacher.
You said the key word for me is human, and this is a human thing. It's not a power trip. It's not this. It's not a left thing. It's not a right thing. It's not a woke thing. It's a human thing, and it pierces, at least I think, was what we do, and this whole thing gets past all the other stuff straight to the heart. And Lady, you like to say, what comes from the heart reaches the heart. Let's if you don't mind, Jonathan, just pivoting with me to talk about some of these extraordinary women from the civil rights movement, and I had just spoken about, before you came on, about a little bit earlier, about Ida B. Wells Barnett, who to me is just, again, I'm in awe of this woman who chronicled lynchings. And
That's right.
at the risk of her, what is she from afar taking? I mean, and there are some pictures of these lynchings that are just when we show them to the kids, it's just painful beyond belief to watch. When they were having lynching parties, right?
No, it's horrible.
Parties, and they were out there and they put them on postcards, and
Mhm.
it makes you sick. And again, I get back to the word human. None of this is about humanity, and she's chronicling this. So I just wanted to just put her name out there as this phenomenal, extraordinary woman. Lady, you want to say anything about Ida B. Wells?
Just the fact that she was courageous,
Yeah.
unapologetic, courageous, resilient, and persistent.
Mhm. Lady Estelle, I have been thinking in preparation for this evening about so many women who were at the heart of the Black freedom movement in the 1950s, 1960s. I'd like to ask you, who should we talk about? Who would you like to talk about?
That's an interesting question. Hmm.
I got plenty of names here for you to choose from. While she's thinking, I want to go to one. While she's thinking, can I go to this one?
Well, let's see what she says first, and then
All right,
your
let's see what
second.
she comes up with.
Let's see.
I think about the music.
Mm.
I think about the music, the women who, and it's really interesting because the women who managed to get information out there and across during the movement, and they weren't always Black women.
Mm.
Okay. So I don't know that I have one in particular, but just women in general for me. I don't have one in particular, but the ones who sent the message through music. And who's the one that, wait a minute. I cannot think of her name. Give me a minute.
Well, we'll come up with her in a minute, I'm sure.
Yeah, because see, that one, and she's not very old, not a long time ago. I always loved Mahalia Jackson.
Mahalia Jackson was so beautiful.
Right. She transcended a lot of walls, but I can't think of her name. I see her in my. Give me a minute.
She'll come back. When Dr. King got depressed, which happened a lot,
right?
He would call Mahalia Jackson on the phone to sing to him,
right?
So he could get his spirit back. Dr. Marshall, who did you want to talk about?
I want to shout out Fannie Lou Hamer. Fannie Lou Hamer. Look, my folks is from Mississippi. They're all bad, but Mississippi, oh my God, Mississippi is a mess. I mean, look, Mississippi. My people from Vicksburg, and Fannie Lou Hamer actively fought for civil rights in rural Mississippi. She was one of the leaders of the 1964 Freedom Summer Campaign, which battled white supremacy, segregation, and racial violence in that state. She also co-founded the Mississippi Freedom Democratic Party to integrate African Americans into the state's Democratic Party. Now, those are words, Ann, but I've seen videos of Fannie Lou Hamer. Fannie Lou Hamer, look, that woman was like, you get chills when she speaks. I mean, she's just a rural, lays it out there. I mean, look, and go dial up some Fannie Lou Hamer and watch that woman. Okay. I mean, if you think, I mean, just, I don't know, if anybody impresses you today, Maxine Waters or Barbara Jordan, or who's a young lady in Texas that, people so in love with, that who ain't afraid to stand up to a Jasmine Crockett. Fannie Lou Hamer, look, with her Southern drawl, Southern diction, man, look, she was a force.
Wow.
I mean, wouldn't you say, Jonathan? I mean, watching her stand up to these folks. Well, these people have protection, Not that we got a lot of protection now. I just want to give her a lot of wonderful and extraordinary.
Before we leave her, Dr. Jones cries when he thinks about Fannie Lou Hamer. He's loves her so much. And Fannie Lou Hamer was, a sharecropper. She grew up working as a child. She didn't have a chance to go to school. She got educated because of the citizenship education programs that were run by women, Dorothy Cotton, Septima Clark. She got educated. She became literate. She became such a powerful leader. So powerful that when she testified in Congress, Lyndon Johnson created a fake news conference so that all the news stations would shift from Fannie Lou Hamer to him. He had nothing to say, but he was terrified about how powerful she was.
She was something. Oh, Lord. Look up, folks. Everybody watching. Celebrating women icons.
Wow.
Phenomenal, extraordinary women of the civil rights movement.
And
Fannie Lou Hamer.
she said one of her most famous lines was, "I'm tired of being sick and tired."
Yeah.
Oh, yes.
Yeah. Yeah.
Heard
Yeah.
that.
So,
Lady Estelle.
Billie Holiday.
Oh,
Hmm.
And the one that was right on I could see her, but couldn't think, Joan Baez.
Joan Baez, to this day.
That's his buddy.
To this day,
That's his
she's
buddy.
been a hero. She sang "We Shall Overcome" at the 1963 March on Washington when she's 21 years old, and she's never stopped.
Mm-hmm. And see, this is I'm gonna say this. Here I go, Dr. Marshall. Whenever I say I'm gonna say this is there was a time if you people who look like me, wanted to get something done, to go to somebody who looked like me, nothing would change. It would just create more madness. But to create and implement change, you get somebody who looks like the ones who are perpetrating the violence. For Joan Baez to be out there with people who look like me, somebody's going to listen. The Nina Simone's, yes, Mahalia was heard. She was heard. They heard her. She spoke to the masses. She sang to the masses. And she was heard. There were so many African American women who put the message out there, and they were heard. Billie Holiday, that was an issue. She was amazing. Yet, how much of her was really taken in was questionable because she was Black. But for me, when I heard and saw Joan Baez, first I heard her, and then when I saw her, I said, what? It really makes a difference when you see somebody who doesn't look like me, who's fighting for people who look like me. And so I've always seen her that way, that she's always, even though I couldn't remember the name, but that has always spoken to me.
She never, she does it to this day. She won't stop.
Yep.
Oh.
She's human. She's human. Ella Baker.
Ella Baker.
Ella Baker. Essential in organizing the founding conference of SNCC. SNCC was just SNCC. Okay, let me just. Oh yeah, core SNCC. What a remarkable organization. At Shaw University in Raleigh, North Carolina, she persuaded Martin Luther King to invest in the conference. SNCC would help cultivate the energies of the young people around the nation, ready and willing to involve in the civil rights movement. Ella Baker, another name.
Ella Baker was one of the most galvanizing and important activists, and she helped to be one of the founders of the Southern Christian Leadership Conference. She worked with Dr. King, but she ended up being frustrated by the male-dominated culture in that institution and went on to, as you say, help to facilitate the young and empower the young people. When Bob Moses came down to work in Atlanta for for King and the SCLC, Dr. King, gave him assignments, but didn't realize what kind of person Bob Moses was. But Ella Baker understood it, said immediately, and sent him on a bus to Mississippi, where he became the head of the voter registration movement. She was absolutely brilliant organizer, and she believed in grassroots organizing. And she was a galvanizing person.
More names. Dorothy Height. Is that the way? I think that's the way to say her name.
Delta.
I knew that was coming. Dorothy Height was known as the godmother of the civil rights movement because of her extensive.
She was amazing.
The fight for civil rights since the 1930s. Early in her activist career, Height met Mary McLeod Bethune at a New York YMCA and became her protege. Height would come to organize events during the she helped organize the March on Washington. She influenced leaders like Dr. King and John Lewis. She was also a pioneer in the use of political organization and strongly advocated for women's rights in the United States and worldwide. And I believe the National Council of Negro Women that's her organization. Is that correct, Lady E?
Yes.
Another extraordinary woman involved, and we're saying this, number one is Women's History Month. That's easy. But you may not know all these names and the extent that all of these people, all of these names, and many others, the names you don't know, played in it was, it was, how can I say, there were so many individuals involved in trying to, just get what we always should have had, just basic human and civil rights. And these are some of the women involved. Two names I know you know, but not all the kids know. They've heard them: Ruby Bridges and Claudette Colvin. Ruby Bridges. Every time I see these pictures of them going into those schools and little girls, being taunted by threats, escorted by U.S. Marshals. Ruby Bridges, at 6 years old, she became the first. Let's think about that. You think of that. My grandson is 3. Okay, he's gonna be 6 in a minute. The way he's going, he act like he's 6 already. All right, but can you believe the first person to integrate school in the state of Louisiana was a 6-year-old? A 6-year-old. On Ruby's first day, she and her mother, escorted by U.S. Marshals, endured taunts and threats as she approached Johnson Lockett Elementary School in New Orleans. Only one white teacher was willing to teach Ruby, and she was the only child in a kindergarten class due to racism. All right. She was unable to eat lunch in the cafeteria or go to recess alone because of the danger of violence toward her. Ruby Bridges, now get this, never missed a day of school. Now that might be the most extraordinary thing of all. Yeah. You subject to all of that, and you going to school anyway, and you're 6 years old. What was in that child? Okay. And how old is your daughter?
She's 8.
Hey, 8, right?
Yes.
I mean, like, look, you do it. Look, you're 6 years old. You're doing this for the people.
Yes.
I don't know what they told her every day, but she said, I'm going to school no matter what. Isn't that
But see, that's the difference between yesterday and today. When you know your child has got to go and what they are going to face, you don't let them have it as an experience, a surprise. You prepare them. You tell them. You let them know. My grandkids hear from, mother says, mother, we've already told them. Yes, I know you've already prepared them. Middle school is a war zone. Okay, so get ready. These are the kinds of things that you need to know, you need to prepare for. Get ready. Now, this happens, what are you going to do? You have the hard conversations when the hard conversations are necessary. Before they go in, you prepare them. And you can't really be prepared
Or
for
you
the
can't.
kinds of hate
Mm.
that shows up. You know, my granddaughter still says, Gigi, do you know? She said somebody called, I think the teacher called one of the kids a sissy. And she was like, Gigi, do you know? Is it okay for a teacher to call a kid a And she didn't even say the word. She spelled it Sissy. And Gigi didn't pull any bones. No, that's not okay for anybody to call anybody a sissy. You've got to tell them the truth. They can't go in unaware. Oh my gosh. And I can't imagine a 6-year-old being faced with so much hate. Why do you have to learn about hate at 6?
And
But you do.
every day and didn't miss. That's what I can't go over. Did not miss a day of school.
Well, and that's the other thing. When people hear me say, no, you go back. When the kids at Omega hear me say, you have spent 8 weeks in that class. It doesn't matter that the teacher's crazy. You have already given 8 weeks. You've got 7 left. You are not quitting now. You figure it out. But you don't stop. You finish. I think sometimes that's the beauty of being the old one in the room. No, you're going to do it like we did it 100 years ago. Figure it out. Finish.
What works. What don't work.
Hey.
It don't work. Claudette Colvin, and I know you know, but this is the precursor to Rosa Parks. 15-year-old Claudette Colvin, then 15 years old. I'm going back to these young kids, right? She's 15. I know she resisted giving up her seat on a crowded Montgomery bus for a white passenger. Her actions were the inspiration for the planned protests. So the Rosa Parks was rehearsed, planned. Claudette Colvin's testimony in Gale versus Browder in 1956 was about help to end transport segregation in the state. I think people obviously because it's such a big deal about Rosa Parks, but about the 15-year-old Claudette Colvin, who actually I think has been out here several times. And I know she's spoken to people. I know she's been here. Forgot about her. She was the one that inspired Rosa Parks.
So I have a question do you both know who Pauli Murray was?
No.
Pauli Murray. Let me tell you a little bit about Pauli Murray. Pauli Murray was an absolutely extraordinary person. I encourage everyone to see, there's a movie called, I think My Name is Pauli Murray. She was a pioneer. She did the same thing. She got arrested in the whites only section of the bus in Virginia, 1940, 15 years before. And then she went to law school, Howard University. She was the only woman in her class. She was number 1 in the class. And she fought for the end of Jim Crow, but she also talked about Jane Crow, about how women were being discriminated against in the movement, not only by white racists, but also within the movement, that women were not being respected and acknowledged properly. In 1963, in the March on Washington, only one woman was allowed to speak for just 2 minutes on the entire podium of that day. That was Daisy Bates. They wouldn't let any other women speak. Pauli Murray spoke out about it. And Pauli Murray came up with the concept of adding sex discrimination to the 1964 Civil Rights Bill. So she's the one who inspired Justice Ginsburg and so she was a completely transformative person. And that movie is amazing. If anyone, you can see it on YouTube. My name is Paulie Murray.
Okay.
P-A-U-L-I.
P-A-U-L-I. Okay, you find Murray.
Yeah, I found it. Yeah, we'll have to look her up.
You mentioned Daisy Bates, whose name I knew. She was instrumental in desegregating schools in the state immediately after Brown. This is in Arkansas. But she mentored, supported, and organized the Little Rock Nine.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Again, selected to integrate Little Rock Central High School in 1957. So their coach was Daisy Bates. That's just all these names, just incredible names. Just more, look them up. It's Women's History Month. You should know them, everybody. And I'm gonna just say one more time. I can't say enough about Diane Nash. Every time that movie, she is. Whew, every time I see the documentary, she's just something. And I saw her again, and Diane Nash. And that's
Amazing.
probably the one name I just throw out there for young people. Just you want to know what courage is? You want to know what resolve is? You want to know is ain't nobody gonna turn all that stuff. Just go watch Diane Nash. She's like, and she's soft spoken, and she just says, "No, we're going." I mean, there's no equivocating.
Mm-hmm.
You could, and to see these. And we saw last week to see I don't know if he was the attorney general of the state of whatever, and he's got Bobby Kennedy and he's like, and we're trying to tell, and I think Bobby Kennedy, who the hell is Diane Nash? And we can't get her a card. And she's like, I don't care who you are, we going. I mean, she didn't say it like I said it, but man, that lady, she wasn't no joke. If we just all had a little bit of Diane Nash in her, we could stand up to anything.
I had the absolute joy of being in Little Rock, Arkansas with Minnie Jean Brown, one of the Little Rock Nine, who never stopped being a fierce advocate for nonviolence. And we had a chance to speak with Elizabeth Eckford, who's in all those pictures, the young girl who you see with all those racists surrounding her, and she with dignity standing up and walking towards school. Incredible stories of young people's courage. And as you say, coached by Daisy Bates. There's another very, very important person that we've forgotten that we need to talk about. That is Coretta Scott King.
We didn't forget.
Because Coretta Scott was way ahead of Martin King in her political, progressive advocacy and activism each step of the way. And Dr. King said that he learned from Coretta how to take the next courageous move.
Yes. Well, there's more names, but I think this is good for tonight. Jonathan, thank you so much for joining us. I don't see as much as I used to, but we're together in spirit.
That's for sure.
Thank you so much for saluting Bernard Lafayette.
Mm.
We'll miss him. But here's the thing. Those people inspire us.
Yeah.
That's right.
Those people inspire us.
Yes.
Obviously, we wouldn't even be doing this if it wasn't for these people.
Yeah.
When we say the more you know, the more you owe, we really mean that.
That's right.
We owe everybody and those that came before and those we came before. Yeah. And I don't know how people don't get that, because somehow they think they got that themselves. But I don't know, I don't want to say spirit is one word, but the work never stops.
That's right.
Work doesn't stop.
That's right.
Work don't stop.
And I just want to say, I love you, Lady Estelle. I love you, Dr. Marshall. You inspire me because you never cease your dedicated outreach, care, and love for young people.
That's interesting to hear you say that, because neither do you.
Oh, well, thank you.
Oh, when it's in you, it's in you.
You show up. You always show up.
Well, thank you.
And you're
Thank you.
prepared. You got questions that, wait a minute, I need to think about that.
Well,
Always show up with
Thank-
something to move young people forward.
thank
And
you.
so we are in great company when you show up.
Well, I will always be your partner anytime you need me for anything because I love you. I love what you do. I'm inspired by it, and it makes a huge impact in the world. So thank you both so much.
So, and I want to say one more thing about the women. It's just like hitting me like this. All of this that we are saying, seeing about women, the women that you've mentioned, and their courageousness, their strength, their power, their resilience, their determination. Where does that come from? How do they get, how did Diane get to be that way? How did Ella Baker, where did that come from? Well, I'm going to tell you where it came from. Can you imagine what they saw, what they were forced to see? Or back in the days when there was storytelling before there was TV, where their grandparents and their grandparents would sit and talk about, kids saw, they heard about the lynchings. They knew they had to be careful. And then they saw the mother stand there while dad was either hung, lynched is the right word, beaten, brutalized. And then she's got to hold down everything and everybody and keep them going while he's recovering so he can get back out in the field. You don't know what women had to go through. We kind of glean right over that. Women who were pregnant, women who had to give themselves, they didn't give themselves, they kept themselves alive so that they could be taken, overtaken, mistaken by, and still hold it together. Black women who had to feed their children. You know what I'm saying? The perpetrator's child, clean the house and take care of their own, and then hold it down for you because when you go out, we got to make sure you're going to come back.
Exactly.
So that is where the strength comes from because mother, the black woman, has to hold it down for the man because while he's getting beaten before, we got to hold him together so he maintains that masculinity, that power, that strength that enables him to be the man for the family.
Mm.
And so they see that, and the women, they may not get beaten, but now, then you see, but she's got to hold it down. And when the children see mother holding it down, they find the strength to stand.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So where they get it from? Their mother who held it down, who's holding it down, and then inspiring you and strengthening you and lifting you up so you can stand when they come to beat you down. And then they get up and keep on going. What? Didn't we just? Yeah. But mother said, yes, they gonna beat you, but you gonna make it. You gonna be all right. And they get in their circles and they pray and they sing and they just, yes. And they get it together. And so the children get up and they stand and they keep going. So if anybody out there hears this, mothers, women, don't forsake your role and the power that you bring when you encourage and inspire people to stand, your people to stand. Who is your people? All of us. All of us. Despite what went on yesterday and what's going on today, who knows what's coming up tomorrow? But we have in us what we need to stand, and we can do it. What did Maya Angelou say? Another one, just like dust, we rise.
That's right.
So,
and I just want to say, because of what you just said, Lady Estelle, right now, this country is going through disaster and horrible political times of cruelty, repression, corruption, and fear. And because of the strength that you're talking about, we are going to not only survive, but we're going to get through it. We're going to resist it, and we will overcome.
And we've got to know that, believe that, and then do it because we can.
And in the words of the street, we ain't going out like that. Amen, Lady E. Wonderfully said, beautifully put. And you got to make some just of this and put that out there. You know what's great about it? The lady in Jamaica is watching and just heard Lady E describe women.
Right.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Lady Estelle.
Thank you.
Happy Women's History Month. We're off to a good start. See everybody next week right here on Alive and Free Street Soldiers.